morning. It's Sunday the 19th. I'm being helped by my tiny helper, and I think it's time to finally get some of my seedlings out. They're admittedly not very big. You see videos of people doing them. Do you mind? You see videos of people doing them on YouTube, and I've got proper little plants. These are a bit tiddly in comparison, but I've got a fair few, so I think I'll put out half of some of them, so if they die then I've got some in backup. Plan to put out my spinach, lettuce, the sprouting broccoli, and then some of the beetroot as well. It'll also help to get them out because things are quite leggy, unfortunately. I've got really nice big windows in my flat, but there isn't any direct sunlight because it's north facing. So things have gone a bit, I don't know if you can really see with the beetroot. Oh god, that one's a bit floppy there. They had about maybe an inch on them that I've tried to bury down. So hopefully if I can dig them down a bit lower in the soil on the plot, then that'll make them a bit more stable. So my very clever plan is to get them out. I've got my trusty spoon and my lunchbox, and with that I'll hopefully be able to take a few of them onto the plot, and it'll be nice to actually get something that I've grown inside in the soil. So yeah, fingers crossed they survive, I guess. Survive the journey up and then survive the shock. I mean, they have been hardening off on the balcony for about 2 or 3 weeks, so they should be reasonably tough, and then I'll net them or fleece them, and hopefully they'll be happy in their new home. I know I keep starting all these videos by saying it's a beautiful day at the allotment, but you know, when you're right, because it really is. It's proper short weather. So I've just come back from the shop. I mean, the shop's not open, but you can put orders in and pick them up from outside. So I've got some compost, which will be useful as I've brought my things with me. I've got a kneeling mat because apparently I'm old and my knees are going. Some canes, which I hopefully haven't broken by popping the compost on, and some little stakes, which will be useful because my carrots are getting uncovered, which isn't very good if I don't want to get carrot root fly on them. Oh, and also fun, the missing mini cloche has reappeared. I'll have to thank TNS when I see them for bringing that back. Potential good news on the spring onion front, maybe. That's the first sign of them coming up. Just just there. The glare from my camera screen makes it a bit difficult to see exactly what's happening, but maybe there's a few coming up. One can hope. Well, would you look at that? I'm an adult who's using actual metal hooks to hold in the netting as opposed to random sticks. So hopefully that'll be good for all the onions that are coming through. I've said goodbye to the poor butternut squash and popped in a few of the sprouting broccoli. So hopefully they'll do a bit better. Luckily I've got it's folded down at the moment, but the long netted tunnel, so I can pop that over them. Should hopefully keep them safe from all the butterflies that are around and about. These lettuces are looking absolutely swell. I'm not actually sure, if we zoom in, whether they should really be separated a bit more or whether they should be sort of a clump, because they were all together originally and then I separated them out when I popped them in, and luckily I didn't kill any of them, which is impressive for me. Also popped in under there's some of the spinach on the right and then the lettuce on the left. I think the lettuce is begins with V, I can't remember off the top of my head, and then the spinach was Medina. Yeah, the lettuce and spinach could look happier, but hopefully it'll perk up. I mean, the lettuces at the back, they did, so fingers crossed these will as well. Just need to remember not to go and rake over them like I did with those poor chillies. May they rest in the compost bin. Radishes looking absolutely swell. The fruit bushes seem to be alive at the very least. Now these, unless I'm very much mistaken, look like potatoes. And even better, these ones are from my found potatoes. I think there may be some that are coming up on the main crop as well. These ones were planted 22nd of March, so they were quite low down. If we go across, maybe that's one there, unless it's the creeping buttercup that's coming up. I don't think there's any others from the main crop, but fingers crossed. At least, I mean, good news that the scavenged ones came up, because you think in a way that those would be the ones that would be less likely to appear, so that's something at least. Even more strawberries in flower now, and I also put some straw around them that was from when the paths were trimmed a couple of weeks ago. Hopefully these logs will help to, well, logs and boards will help to stop the straw from going everywhere. I'm thinking, I mean this is for next year obviously, that the wooden beds that T&S gave me would be good for strawberries, just the right size for all of them. And next to the strawberries I've put in, shadow, some of the beetroot. I've done a couple of them on their own, and then a couple that are with friends to see if multi-sowing works. I'm not sure whether I should cover them or not. They are pretty tiddly, but then they have been hardened up for a couple of weeks, so I might leave them actually. I've got plenty more left in the flat if they don't work out. Perchance are these the wildflowers and the forget-me-nots. I mean, those are nettles, but maybe these ones are. Unfortunately in bed D it's still just pretty much grass and more nettles. Well, hopefully this is a good idea. I mean, they are strawberries, so some of it is straw. The vast majority of it is actually just grass clippings, but it's sunny, so hopefully they will indeed turn into straw at some point. So I was just putting the cloche back together and attaching the net tunnel over the sprouting broccoli, and I thought, look down there, that's a dandelion that is. So I tacked it, and it wasn't. I swear this plot really is just a plot that keeps on giving. I was going to make a potato salad this week, so that's great. Thanks, plot. I swear this thing's an absolute lifesaver for the knees. Don't care if it makes me sound like I'm decrepit and falling apart. It's great. Best £3 I've ever spent.